Hi there, welcome to my latest video on my Imperial Agents army. You might notice some changes if you haven't watched a video recently on here, because there's a reason I haven't done anything recently, and that's purely because I've moved house. There's more on that later on, so I'm going to show you what the plan is for something I've got here now. But I think it's worth talking about a couple of things that have happened this week. I've finished another squad, so I'll show some pictures of that off because I like showing off my pictures. And I need to talk about the rules that came out today, so you probably heard about it already. But GW released this today. Coming in from the latest Kill Team box set, Blood and Zeal, everyone thought the Sanctifier unit was going to be purely for the sisters. No. As well as the sisters getting a data sheet, we got one for the Imperial Agents today, and I'm really happy at long last that we've seen support again for the agents of the Imperium, as you can imagine, because you know how much I love the army. This whole video series is about this army. So I thought it was worth just having a quick chat about these guys. You get 109 models for 100 points. We'll start actually at the bottom, to be fair. We get a Miraculous, a Salvationist, a Death Celt Assassin, 2 Missionaries, and 4 Sanctifiers. And they do give us a little bit of fun. Just go back to the weapons up the top here. We've got Holy Fire as a one-shot torrent weapon, so D6 attacks, 6 strength 6 -1, 2 damage. And then we can have melter guns. We can have Ministorian Flamers to give us a 5 and a 0/1. D6 shots, or hand flamers at D6 strength 4 1. And we get 4 of these in the unit. We can have 2 of the flamers, if I remember correctly. A missionary with a flame and a missionary with a plasma gun. That's fine. We'll have a flamer and a plasma gun. I've got no issue with that at all. The interesting bit are the extra special rules. I mean, the close combat's really quite good as well. It gives us another thing, especially the Death Celt Assassin with the Death Celt Blades. 4 attacks, 2 plus, 4 -2, 1. I'm happy with that. The Sanctified melee weapons aren't too bad either. 3 attacks, 3 up, 3 strength 3, 1, a little bit down, but the close combat weapons are there as well. And the Burning Hands are not the worst thing in the world either. 1 attack, 2 up, strength 6, -2, 3. So you can't complain about any of these as a little unit. But the interesting bit is it gives us Core Scout, 6 inches, which is nice. The Ministorium Sermon contains a Ministorium Priest, which you can get in the box set because the kill team comes as 6. There's a big guy, if you haven't seen the pictures, who you can turn into a priest if you want to. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the wound roll, so that's not bad. The Cherub lets you do the command reroll stratagem for 0 CP, which again I'm quite happy with. But it's just the unit itself, because we can attach the priest or an inquisitor, and they get scout. And if there's, they gain the 6-inch scout abilities. So you have a nice little unit that can do things. Now, they're really good in a rhino. So obviously they've got scout. They can give the rhino scout, or you can go with the chimera if you want to, put them in a chimera and use that, as I understand the rules correctly. And we have 2 little things. The Salvationist medikit that one of the Salvationists comes with. It gives us a ability to return up to D3 destroyed models in our command phase, so that's quite nice. And then the Simulacrum Imperialist lets us improve the leadership characteristic of our unit of models in the bearers unit by 1. So little boost here as well. The nice thing is, okay, they only got 6 up saves. That's not great, but we do get 5 up invulnerable across everything, which I think is quite useful. Another invulnerable save unit, and for 100 points for 9 models, they can do the whole scouting thing. It's very nice. It does give me hope that the Imperial Agents, or the Agents of the Imperium, are going to see some more love going forward. Especially if we're going to keep getting these Kill Team box sets that we can get, humans in. It's a shame they didn't do the same with the Aquilians and the Rattlings, but I get why they've gone in the Imperial Guard. That's my other main army, is the Imperial Guard. Well, I have the Agents, the Guard, Eldar, and a Gene Stealer Cult, so they're my 4 armies. So have a little bit of everything. But obviously the Imperial Agents is why you're here, and I'm really pleased this has come out. This is free to download off the Warhammer community website. You can go and see it. So that's it. But the other thing I want to talk about was the models I've painted recently. So what I have managed to complete, excuse the background, is my Grey Knight squad at last. I know people are saying they're not great, they're not the things you should have, but I'm still going for a very thematic army for my Imperial Agents, and this is one of the squads I really wanted to get painted. So that's the squad itself, and then we'll start with the main leader. Quite happy with how the little demon head turned out and all the rest of it, so that looks quite nice. I've got a little bit of touch up to do here that you can see with the little symbol there, and I've got to put the Imperial Agents transfers on, so I've got the eye in, but that's the first one. Then we have the others, so I'll just go through them quickly. 2 swords, that's fine. We've got one of these guys. That's another one, Stormbolter. We have gone, that's the other Stormbolter guy as well. And then finally we've got the whole side cannon. I went with the side cannon for my Grey Knight. So that's that unit all kind of done and dusted, which I am really happy with. The photographs don't do him justice. But that's all I've managed to get done since the last time I did one of these videos about my Agents army, because I'll be honest, for those of you who watch me for the magic content as well, you'll know that I've been moving house and it's taking quite a while to sort out. But there is one reason we have moved, and that's because at the bottom of the garden, I have a man cave now. And when I mean a man cave, I'm talking about something that is significantly good. So I thought it was worth showing it off, and I wanted to show off. So, you see there's still a load of boxes I haven't emptied. This is all my Warhammer stuff, my gaming stuff, my Fantasy Battle armies. The bar was already here, so this is one end of it. And then we have the middle. You can see my painting set up here. That's my little painting cupboard there. Again, you can see random box of everything, including down here, my combat patrol box is still there just to prove it is my place. I'm not sure about the kangaroo sign. That was left here by the previous owners, and they had basically where all these boxes are, they had a pool table. So, and then at the far end, you can see they had this little shelving area. They did have a big drop down screen here, so I've got a lot of holes to fill in and everything else. But the plan will be to have all this redone, which I'm slowly doing at the moment because we've sorted the main house out. That's all done and dusted. My wife's very happy, so I have permission to sort my man cave out now. This will become hopefully a display area. The TV you saw on the picture at the other end will probably go on the wall here at some stage and get that all mounted up. And then in the middle, where all the boxes are piled up now, will be my gaming table. That is the plan. The wife has kindly agreed to it as long as she gets an area of this place for her to do her artwork in, which she really loves. So she's probably going to be over on the window you saw a minute ago. But I am going to have a very nice 7-foot long pool table is what we're going to order. And that's going to have a hard top on it as well, so it can become a dining room table, which means it can also double as a gaming table for me to play games on with my friends once I get all the light fittings you can see up the top here that will hang down sorted out as well. And that's the reason you haven't seen much of me recently talking about the Imperial Agents. Now, I have got Easter coming up. I am going to be doing some painting. I have my second Subductor squad on the go at the moment, so next time I do one of these videos, which will hopefully be a bit more regular again now, once I finish doing this anyway, they'll become more regular. You'll see some of that happening there. You'll also see some of me. I'll try and get some of my mates around to play some battles, take some pictures, do a bit of battle report thing as I learn to use the Imperial Agents before I jump into the tournament scene. So I'm still planning to do that at some stage this year. Whether it's going to be an RTT or a GT, I don't know yet. Probably a couple of RTTs to sort myself out and get used to playing them. And then maybe a GT later on in the year. Some of my friends are trying to encourage me to do the GT in London, and I'm like, no. I'm doing the GT in London. I'm taking either the Eldar or my Imperial Guard tank army. I won't be taking the Imperial Agents unless I suddenly become very good at playing them. But I thought it was just showing off and apologising for not doing anything recently about the Imperial Agents. So this is a little bit of an update. My army list is still getting there. It's still working through. So currently painted, I have 1,540 points. Like I say, the only thing you know that you haven't seen, well, that you have seen now, is the Grey Knight Terminator squad. So yeah, heavy weapon side cannon, they're all there. So they're in there now. I have got the second Subductor squad, as I say, on the go at the moment, and once that's completed over the next few days, I'll move back onto my Sisters of Battle squad, and then the chances are I will try and jump back in and see if I can find someone who wants to split the Blood and Zeal box set with me so I can get a unit of Sanctifiers, because I think the models are really nice. So yeah, I might even try and get a couple of squads of these in, but we'll see. I have still got my knight. I can actually play an army now. I've done the Terminator squad. You know, I can put my knight in and have done with it and play that out, but I still want to try and keep it thematic. So I'm guessing a couple of Sanctifier squads will be somewhere in the offing at some stage, so I'll keep you updated. But for now, that's it. As I say, I'm really sorry it's taken me so long to do another video. I hope you've enjoyed this short one on a Saturday morning. There will be more regular updates. I am going to try and go back to aiming for at least once a fortnight to get one up. Especially now the summer's here, the light's better. I can paint in the evenings again instead of, you know, when I haven't got to have the light on to upset my wife. But for now, thanks for watching. If you think the Sanctifiers are good, let me know in the comments down below. If you're doing anything different with your Imperial Agent armies, let me know as well. You know, I'm always open to ideas and suggestions, but I'll keep you updated in the next few videos on how the gaming room's going as well. So there might be small pictures of me showing off a little bit, and I'm sorry for blowing my trumpet about it, but I am very happy to have a gaming room. You know, coming up to 50 and I have a gaming room at last, so I'm very happy. But that's it for now. I'll be back very soon with another army update, and yeah, we'll talk about some other stuff. See you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.